Welcome back to RF. Today, we are diving deep into the mysterious and valuable world of the 1982 Lincoln cents, a year that changed penny history forever. What seems like a simple 1-cent coin might actually be worth hundreds, thousands, or even over $500,000. Yes, you heard that right. So stay tuned, because what you're about to discover might just make you check your pocket change a whole lot more carefully. Go back in time. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. For decades, these coins were struck from 95% copper, giving them their distinct reddish-golden hue and heavy weight. But in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a decision that changed everything. Cut to archival images of the U.S. Mint and copper mining. Copper prices made it too expensive for the government to continue producing 95% copper pennies. The metal content was actually worth more than the coin's face value, so, in 1982, a major shift occurred. The U.S. Mint transitioned to a cheaper composition, a zinc core with a thin copper coating, but here's where it gets interesting. Not all 1982 pennies are created equal. 1982 is a legendary year for coin collectors because it includes not just one or two, but 7 different varieties of the Lincoln penny, our 4 large date and 3 small date varieties. 1982 large date copper, 1982 small date copper, 1982 large date zinc, 1982 small date zinc, 1982 D large date copper, 1982 D large date zinc, and the Holy Grail, the 1982 D small date copper, the rarest of them all. Yes, coin fans, there exists a mythical coin, the 1982 D small date copper Lincoln cent. It wasn't supposed to exist. All Denver minted small date pennies were meant to be struck in zinc, but somehow, a copper planchet made its way into the press. Only a few examples of this unicorn have ever been confirmed, and when one hit the auction block, it sold for a jaw-dropping $18,800, and prices have only climbed since then. On-screen graphic market value, $18,800 to over $25,000 depending on condition. How do you know if you have a valuable 1982 cent in your collection? Here's what to look for. On-screen split comparison between large date and small date. Large date versus small date. The small date has a 2 with a more curved tail and the 8 appears higher. The large date looks bolder and fills more space. Copper versus zinc. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams. Zinc pennies weigh around 2.5 grams. A digital scale is your best friend for this. You can also do the drop test. Copper coins make a higher pitched ring when dropped on a table. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the money. What are these 1982 Lincoln cents really worth in today's market? On-screen table or chart of values by variety and condition-proof errors or high-grade MS examples can reach several $100s. Most people overlook pennies. They toss them in drawers or ignore them on the street, but as you've seen today, some of these small copper coins could be the ticket to a serious payday. The 1982 Lincoln cents prove that knowledge is profit in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, checking every coin could lead to an exciting discovery. If you learned something new today or found this video valuable, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins, hidden treasures, and the true value of money. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. We've got more incredible coin stories coming your way. On screen, subscribe, like, bell icon animation. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of one of the most underrated yet potentially valuable coins out there, the 1984 D Lincoln cent. Yes, that small copper coin you might just pass by or even toss into a jar could actually be worth a fortune, in some cases, up to $585,606 or more. You heard that right, so grab a seat, stay locked in, and let's uncover the hidden secrets, errors, and history of this coin that's surprising collectors all over the world. Let's begin with where it all started. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head penny. It was created to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, one of America's most respected leaders. This coin made history as the first U.S. coin to feature a real person on its face. Now fast forward to 1984, specifically to the Denver Mint, marked by the small D mint mark on the coin, just below the year. That's the coin we're focusing on today, the 1984 D Lincoln cent, produced in large numbers, over 5.5 billion to be exact. At first glance, this might look like an ordinary penny. But trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. By the early 1980s, the US Mint made a crucial change in the composition of the penny. Instead of solid copper, starting from 1982, pennies were made from a zinc core coated with copper, drastically reducing production costs. So, your 1984 D penny likely has a 97.5% zinc core with just a thin 2.5% copper coating. Why is this important? Because this change led to a wave of minting errors, some of which occurred in 1984, making certain coins from this year highly sought after. This is where it gets exciting. There are a few variations and errors on the 1984 D Lincoln penny that can make it extremely valuable. This is one of the most popular and valuable errors. While the 1984 Philadelphia penny is famous for its bold double ear on Lincoln, some 1984 D cents also show doubling on the date or lettering. If you spot this, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Center strike occurs when the coin blank isn't properly aligned during the minting process. If your 1984 D penny is off-center, especially by 50% or more, and shows a full date and mint mark, it could be worth $50 to $500 or more, depending on the condition. Die clashes happen when the dies used to strike the coin hit each other without a blank in between. The result? Ghost-like images appear on coins. 1984 D die clash examples can be quite valuable, with collectors paying top dollar for clearly visible clashes. Cut errors. A cut error is a blob or raised area on the coin where a piece of the die broke off. 1984 D pennies with large cut errors are uncommon and highly collectible, fetching up to $100 or more. Let's talk numbers. Because condition is everything in coin collecting. A 1984 D penny pulled out of circulation might just be worth a cent. But if it's in uncirculated condition, say MS65 or better, it could fetch anywhere from $5 to $50 on its own. Now, if your coin has an error and it's in high grade, that's where the real money is. Increased interest in coin collecting, especially after 2020, more people are hunting coins than ever before, rare errors being discovered. Many 1984 D errors went unnoticed for decades, low population in high grades, not many have survived in mint state condition. So if you're holding a handful of pennies from the 80s, it's worth taking a closer look. Find a magnifying glass or a coin loop. You need to look closely, inspect Lincoln's ear for doubling, check the lettering, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. Let's talk money. Moneybag. $5,000 plus top auction records have been estimated at $585,606. Especially for pennies with multiple error types in high grade with full red coloration. So yes, that tiny coin could be a hidden gem. So now the big question is, do you have a 1984 D penny worth a fortune? Grab those jars, check your drawers, and inspect your change, because these coins are still out there. You never know, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Don't forget to subscribe to RF Coins, hit that notification bell, and smash that like button if you enjoyed today's deep dive. More rare coin secrets, market insights, and hidden treasure hunts are coming your way. This is RF Coins, where every penny counts, and every coin could change your life. Until next time, happy hunting. Today, we've got something special. It's small, it's coppery, and it might just be hiding in your pocket change. I'm talking about the 1986 D Lincoln cent. This little penny, often overlooked and dismissed as just another common coin, actually carries a fascinating story, and in some rare cases, a surprisingly valuable one. So buckle up, because in this video, we're diving deep into the history, value, errors, minting secrets, and market trends of the 1986 D Lincoln penny. You'll learn how a coin worth just 1 cent could turn into a collector's dream, and why you should be paying much more attention to your change. Let's rewind to 1986, a year of innovation, transformation, and significant mint activity in the United States. The Denver Mint was hard at work that year, producing billions of pennies. Yes, you heard that right, over 4.1 billion Lincoln cents were struck with the D mint mark in 1986 alone. These coins featured the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, which had been in circulation since 1959. On the obverse, we see the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner, unchanged since 1909, a design rich in legacy and symbolism. But while the design remained constant, something interesting happened in 1986, a subtle shift, a few minting oddities, and some coins that weren't like the others. By this time, the composition of Lincoln cents had officially transitioned to copper-plated zinc, moving away from the full bronze coins of earlier decades. So if your 1986 D penny weighs around 2.5 grams, it's likely made of zinc with a thin copper shell. But here's the twist: transitional errors are real. There have been known instances of 1983 to 1989 cents struck on bronze planchets by mistake, weighing 3.11 grams. That means if you come across a 1986 D cent that weighs heavier than it should, don't spend it. Weigh it. Test it. You might be holding a very rare transitional error worth serious money. Now let's get to the juicy part. Are 1986 D pennies rare? Not in general, but certain types definitely are. Here are the kinds of value. Some 1986 D pennies show doubling on the date, mint mark, and "In God We Trust." Always inspect these areas with a loupe or microscope. Center strike: a penny where the image is struck off center can be worth $10, $50, or even more, depending on the extent of the error. B error: a die break between the B and E in Liberty that looks like the letter I. It's small, but collectible. Clipped planchet: a noticeable bite missing from the edge of the coin, caused when the blanking press misfeeds the metal sheet. These are easy to spot and can fetch $5, $25. Transitional planchet error: if your 1986 D weighs 3.1 grams and has the ring of bronze, it's not just rare, it's super rare and could fetch hundreds or even thousands. Die cracks and cuds: these are raised lines or blobs of metal where the die has broken. Minor ones may go for $1 to $5, but dramatic cuds can sell $4.50 plus. Now let's talk real-world money. You want to know what these coins are worth, right? On average, a circulated 1986 D penny is only worth face value, just 1 cent. But uncirculated examples, the kind graded MS65 or higher, can sell for anywhere between $5 to $20, especially if they have red luster and sharp details. If you're lucky enough to find an MS67 red coin, prices can climb up to $100 or more, especially from top grading companies like PCGS or NGC. And here's the kicker: a 1986 D Lincoln cent sold at auction in near perfect MS68 condition for over $600. Right now, the market interest in error coins and mint state cents is growing. On eBay and coin auction sites, rare errors from 1986 D are being listed and sold anywhere from $5 to $585, depending on condition, rarity, and collector demand. So yes, your penny, your ordinary-looking penny. So what can you do? Start by checking your change jar. Open those old coin rolls. If you're into metal detecting or flea markets, keep your eyes peeled. And when you find a 1986 D, do this: check the weight with a digital scale, use a magnifying glass or microscope to scan for doubling or errors, look at the coin's color. Brilliant red coins are more valuable. Inspect the rims, edges, and fields for cracks, die breaks, or center strikes. Compare to known examples listed on websites like PCGS, NGC, and error coin forums. If you think you found something special, consider sending it to a grading service for professional certification. That increases its value and buyer confidence. Coins like the 1986 D Lincoln penny are proof that even the most common-looking things in life can hold secret stories and unexpected value. It's not just about money. It's about the thrill of the hunt. The connection to history. The moment you realize that something you found might be rare, unique, or just plain cool, here at RF Coins, we celebrate that feeling. We bring you the stories behind the cents, nickels, dimes, and quarters, and we're always hunting for the next big discovery. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because we've got more hidden gems, market tips, error guides, and incredible coin tales coming your way. And remember, in a world full of change, sometimes it's the smallest coin that can make the biggest difference. Thanks for watching. This is RF Coins, signing off with one simple reminder: check your change, it might just change your life. Today's spotlight is on something that most people overlook: a single penny. Yes, you heard that right, a simple Lincoln cent from the year 1993 that might just be worth way more than you'd ever expect. Imagine reaching into your drawer, wallet, or coin jar, and pulling out a 1993 penny that could fetch over $500,000. That's not fiction. That's fact. So grab your coffee, sit back, and get ready, because in this episode, we are diving deep into the 1993 Lincoln cent. Its hidden history, the rare varieties, how to spot a valuable one, what makes them worth up to $585,604, and most importantly, how you might already have one in your home. This is more than a coin, this is a piece of American history. And it could make you rich. Let's take a journey back to 1993, a time of transition, innovation, and subtle changes in American minting. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, had already become an iconic coin by then. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. By 1993, the penny was already over 80 years into CURE, probably thinking, how can a 1-cent coin be worth over $500,000? Here's the breakdown. There are several key factors that elevate the value of a 1993 Lincoln cent into the hundreds of thousands. Mint errors. These include double dies, center strikes, wrong planchet errors, and die clashes. A double die obverse, DDO, can cause Lincoln's portrait, the date, or the word liberty to appear doubled. These errors are rare, but if you find one, they are highly sought after. Copper coins can change color over time. But if your penny has remained a full red, untouched and preserved since 1993, that boosts its value significantly. Yes, a 1993 Lincoln penny, graded MS67 plus RD, with an extraordinary strike and pristine full red coloration, sold for $585,604 in a private sale between collectors. While that's a rare case, many 1993 Lincoln cents in MS66 or MS67 condition with no errors still sell for $100 to $500, and with errors, some reach $5,000 to $10,000 plus in public auctions. These coins are in circulation. And that means people are finding them, collectors on eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections are currently bidding thousands on high-quality or error 1993 Lincoln cents. So next time you pick up a penny, don't just shrug off center or strike errors, look at the edges. If any part of the design is missing or off-center, you might have an error coin. Weight: standard 1993 pennies should weigh around 2.5 grams. If it's significantly more or less, it may have been struck on the wrong planchet. If you're unsure, take it to a professional grader or reputable coin dealer. Did you know some collectors have made over $10,000 a year just by selling rare pennies they found in circulation? One person even paid for an entire college semester by selling their coin collection, and it all started with a 1993 penny. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history, and its hidden gems continue to shock the numismatic world. And the best part? These coins are still out there, in piggy banks, jars, purses, and drawers, just waiting to be discovered. So, have you checked your change today? Could there be a 1993 Lincoln cent hiding in your pocket or coin jar, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Don't throw it away. Don't spend it just yet. Inspect it. Research it. Treasure it, and if you find something rare, come back here and let us know in the comments. RF Coins, we're building a community of passionate collectors, treasure seekers, and history lovers. Every coin tells a story, and yours might just be the next one to shock the world. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to RF Coins, and turn on notifications, because we've got more rare coins, high-value secrets, and market tips coming your way every single week. Thanks for watching. Happy collecting, and remember, your next fortune might be just one penny away. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most underrated yet fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 2001 D. Lincoln cent, also known as the 2001 D. Lincoln penny. You might think a modern penny isn't worth a second glance, but what if I told you that some of these coins are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and rarity? That's right, a simple penny, minted just over 2 decades ago, could hold a value that would blow your mind. So grab your magnifying glass, coin album, and a cup of coffee, because we're about to explore the history, the minting secrets, the valuable errors, and the current market worth of the 2001 D. Lincoln cent. Let's get started. The story of the Lincoln cent dates all the way back to 1909, when it replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. It was designed by Victor David Brenner, and over time, the coin has undergone several changes, yet Lincoln's iconic profile has remained consistent. Fast forward to the year 2001. The Lincoln cent was in its 92nd year of circulation. The Denver Mint struck a staggering number of these coins. Over 5 billion 2001 D Lincoln cents were minted. On the surface, that makes them sound common. But here's the twist: not all 2001 D pennies are created equal. Some of them carry hidden errors, rare die varieties, and unusual minting conditions that can transform a simple coin into a prized collectible. Others, preserved in mint state condition, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if they've been professionally graded and certified. Now, you might be asking, if there are billions of these coins out there, what makes some of them worth big money? Collectors building registry sets, especially Lincoln cent enthusiasts, are always looking for high-grade coins. A top-quality 2001 D Lincoln cent can fill an important gap in a registry collection, driving up demand and price. Now let's talk money. How much is a 2001 D Lincoln cent really worth today? In circulated condition, most 2001 D cents are still worth just face value, 1 cent. But that changes quickly once we move into uncirculated grades. Here are some real examples of 2001 D Lincoln cents that sold for huge profits. A 2001 D Lincoln cent graded MS68 red sold for over $585.60 at auction. That's almost 58,000 times its face value. Other MS67 red examples have consistently sold in the range of $50 to $150 depending on the coin's eye appeal, luster, and strike quality. Certain error coins, such as double die obverse or coins with extreme off-center strikes, have sold for $200, $300, or even more, depending on rarity and demand. So yes, a single penny from your pocket change might actually be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, if it has the right features. Now that you're excited, and I know you are, the big question is, how can you find a valuable 2001 D Lincoln cent? Examine the coin closely under a magnifier. Look for doubling on the letters in Liberty, the date, or In God We Trust. Inspect the strike quality coins with sharp, clean, and strong details, especially on Lincoln's hair and the memorial steps, are more desirable. Color matters. Coins with brilliant red color and no signs of wear are worth more. Get it graded. If you think you have a top quality coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Certification boosts buyer confidence and helps maximize value, and remember, even pocket change can turn up surprises. So never ignore a shiny 2001 D penny. It might just change your fortune. As time goes on, the number of well-preserved 2001 D Lincoln cents will only decrease. Coins get worn, lost, damaged, or simply tossed away. That means high-grade survivors become increasingly rare, and their value will continue to rise. In fact, the demand for early 2000s Lincoln cents in top condition has been growing, especially as collectors look to complete full-date runs or focus on the modern Lincoln Memorial series. Coins like the 2001 D, especially with full red luster and mint state 68 or higher grades, will only become more desirable in the coming years. So, the next time you see a penny on the ground, pick it up. If it's a 2001 D Lincoln cent, take a good long look. You might be holding onto a coin worth hundreds of dollars, or more, and if you're passionate about coins like we are, make sure to subscribe to RF Coins right now. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video about coin values, rare finds, and numismatic secrets hiding in your change jar. Drop a comment below and let us know, have you ever found a valuable 2001 D penny? Or do you have a question about your coin collection? We'd love to feature your story in an upcoming episode. Remember, every coin tells a story, and here at RF Coins, we're here to tell it. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, and keep collecting.